I have a question for you.
What's that?
Maybe you were going to ask this down the line, but I have had so many arguments with some of my friends about this trade. Who do you think won this trade, Dallas or LA?
Is there anything better than a trip getting ready?
Nope.
For a long journey where our podcast released a new epi, searching for a fade fiend, new fixation. Giving this a subscribe is the same sensation. Started with the day ones, they gave us fuel to support the season. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here for a reason. Notification bells, have some friends, all to let you know. Check your Bluetooth, connect, talking with Donato.
Welcome in, everyone. Season 2, episode 73. Luka leave or Luka stay? Reaction. I had to bring in Double J, Jamal January from Austin, Texas. What's up, Jamal?
What's up?
Brother Jay, the world knows Luka Dončić has been traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers. And then the Dallas Mavericks got Anthony Davis over in the trade. Where were you when this hit? What was your first reaction?
I'm gonna be completely honest. First, I saw it. I saw it on used to be called Twitter, now called X. On social media. So on social media, I saw it there first from Sham. That's the guy that tweeted it out, right? And I was talking on a FaceTime call with my homeboys, and when I told them about it, because I said it first, I said, guys, Luka just got traded for AD for Luka got traded for AD, and they were like, not real, it can't be real. And I was like, I kept scrolling, refreshing my feed, and I was like, oh, okay, it's saying his account got hacked and everything, maybe it's not true. But then the ESPN fantasy app announced it, and then Underdog betting app announced it, and usually those are the two I usually look for.
Yes, sir.
ESPN is credible, but those are the two I usually look for to make sure like the facts are actually like real and everything. And so after that, I literally hung up the phone, walked downstairs, went to talk to my dad. And I was like, hey, come into the living room real quick. I'm going to put something on the TV. And, it was delayed a little bit. But then I told him, apparently, Luka and AD both just got traded. And my dad was like, fake news. And then we literally we sat there, went to the NBA. They had NBA Game Time on. The guys were talking about it. Then went to ESPN. Perkins was talking about it. And I was like, yeah, this is legit. This is actually happening and everything. Yeah. And it was late at night too. That's what really got me. I was out of all of the, like, when they really could have done it, they decided to announce it late at night. Yeah.
Well, it was late at night on Lakers time, on Pacific Coast time. Maybe they, you know what I'm saying? They was like, no, we still working right now. We still working. Exactly. Yo, Jamal, for those who don't know, Jamal and I do a sports radio show here on the FM dial here in Austin, Texas. Jamal, if you can remember, I have asked, we have another co-host, everybody, who is a Dallas Mavericks diehard. He's from that area, grew up, born and raised. And didn't I say, Jamal, to you before, what do y'all think about his conditioning? How he comes in every year overweight, and he always has to play himself in. And we talked about that on the radio show. Jamal, I saw Nico Harrison said, the general manager for the Dallas Mavericks, it was about the culture. Him and Jason Kidd talked about the culture. Jason Kidd is an old head. He's from a different time, played for some older coaches. Nico's younger, but he's general manager, and he's going to ride with Hall of Famer Jason Kidd. What do you think about the culture? Where does that hit you when I say that word?
It's hard because I feel like if you bring in the cultural aspect of it, yes, you're bringing in a player, Luka, from overseas and everything, but the guy has been playing so well that Dallas Mavericks basketball culture right now is Luka Dončić. Well, not anymore, but literally, like, when I was talking to my friends about it, we were all saying, if this is true, there's got to be more to it. Like, the city of Dallas must be going with Luka. Like, there's no way that it's just like, oh, the trade is just Luka for AD and some other players. Like, it just doesn't feel right for everything that Luka has done for that city of Dallas and for that culture, It just, because we've seen Dallas, like, being pretty bad before Luka got there. And I don't know,
I'll ask you, though.
Yeah.
I'll ask you though. We've seen Luka on the court. He gets hot.
Yeah.
That dude fizzes up real quick. He takes it out on the refs. He takes it out on other players. Like you could see him like screaming, like, so he's an amped dude. We kind of see that. Let's say short-tempered. What if they was pressing him, yo? What if they was pressing him getting through these injuries? Like he just got off the calf. This is his second stint on the injury list for the year. What if they was pressing him, yo? Coach Prime said this year in Colorado, they could tell if Donato is watching film or if Jamal J is watching film, because Jamal J on that, like the little Surface Pro that they use, it shows you ain't logged in, but it shows I've been logged in for like 4 hours already all week. So what if it's that Jamal, that he ain't logging workouts at the facility and they're pressing him on that. Yo, sir, I mean, what you trying to do? We about to bring you back. Well, I'll be good. And they're like, nah, conditioning. And they probably like, we'll cut your minutes then. And maybe he blew up. What do you think of that?
I mean, that could be a big factor too. The dude is out of shape. Even when the times he looks like he's in shape, he still looks like he's out of shape. You know, and you really, literally, you especially see it on the defensive side of the ball. You know, and Luka's like another one of those ball dominant players. But when he starts dribbling, you can tell the game just slows down and everything.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
I mean, that could be I think that could also be another big issue. But even from the games that I was watching, you know, I really kept track of Dallas, especially when they were in the NBA Finals, from Western Conference Finals to the NBA Finals. You do see those moments, like you mentioned, where Luka like will be arguing with a ref about a call, or you know, just those little things that can really, like, if you're a GM, you're going, can this dude just go out there and like help the team out and just, you know, be Luka and everything, you know, and just play basketball instead of just worrying about all these little things.
Because he's been a pro for so long. He's been a pro since you were in middle school. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his age, like 13, 14, I think, is when he, you know, his family shipped him off for him to go become pro. Is he a prima donna, dude? Like, yo, I'm supposed to be getting this call, ref. How do you not know that? And maybe he tried to play that card on Jason Kidd, thinking, yo, I can get you fired, coach. But what he didn't know is Jason Kidd could go right to Nico and be like, yo, this kid just pressed me. We ain't doing that, Nico. He gonna have to go. Boom.
My thing is this. It's so hard for me to believe that, you know, he was groomed into a prima donna, because the rumor is when you play overseas, it's almost like an every man for themselves type deal. They play a lot harder. You know, the refs are more lenient on calls and everything. So, you know, you come to the NBA, I guess once it came over, he figured out like, oh, I can kind of mimic that style that kind of Harden did. I can get to the free throw line if I can just drive, lean in, and get layups. And then I think that's really when he kind of turned into that whole prima donna, because I didn't really see it from his rookie year. But it is just still strange how I've seen, not just him, but how some other players around the league are thinking of that mindset. I can get you fired, coach, you know? Yeah.
So we're going to come back to Sacramento about that. I'm going to get you fired, coach. How about this? He ain't been in the league as long as James Harden. Maybe he realized, I got that style. I'm like that dude. No one speeds up James Harden, because James Harden ain't an athletic freak. See, the dudes who speed up because they can. I'm the Flash, so I know I'm going to move fast. The dudes who ain't got the athleticism generally are the people we say can't speed them up, because they can't speed up in comparison to other people. So maybe if you think back, when the NBA said we're not going to send James Harden to the line 20 times a game, about 2 times a week anymore, when that ended, technically it ended for everybody, to include Luka. And I can't say the timeline. I have to go back and look at the stats. But if his first 2 years in the league, he got that, and then these last 3 or 4, he ain't got that. Again, maybe it was his expectations. Like, yo, I used to get this. Like, how am I not getting this call? And so maybe those things are or correlated.
They could be.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have a question for you.
What's that?
Maybe you were gonna ask this down the line, but I have had so many arguments with some of my friends about this trade. Who do you think won this trade, Dallas or LA?
LA.
What? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So me personally, I think
okay.
Dallas.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
So, when we've talked off air on our radio show in Austin, I've always mentioned the Lakers need a big man, right? And just they do have big man, but they're not as dominant as I want to see out of the big man that they've had. And AD is a true four. He even admits it himself, right? Even though he admits it himself. I see you making he admits it himself that he's a true four.
He does.
Which I guess he just doesn't like playing the five. And then I guess when he plays the five, we see him get injured. So now that he's at Dallas, now that we can see, Gafford step up and be a five, we can see I almost said likely like the Ravens. Lively, excuse me. Lively can step up and be a five, and then they can move AD to the four to where he can play that true position and get those true buckets and maybe play a little more outside on the wing and not in the paint as much, And that's why I think Dallas won the trade. I can't bash the Lakers yet. I want to see.
No, that was the reason I thought LA won it, because I was curious about his health. Mm-hmm. So you're saying by playing power forward, by playing the four, he could stay healthier. So we may not have to worry about the fact that he spent so much time on the injured list at LA, because that's what I was thinking long term. Man, you ain't getting no full season out of AD. But if there's an organization, to your point, that's willing to put him in where he feels natural, okay. So maybe you will change my opinion there. Mm-hmm. I want to go back to why I thought it would be a good fit for. This is a bigger Kyrie, I thought. Mm-hmm. And LeBron's been looking for Kyrie since he lost Kyrie. Yeah, he won it with AD. That was AD prime. This is 31-year-old AD, but that was AD under the age of 30. But this is a big shot maker. This is a person that you've got to draw attention to, that you can't put someone small on, so maybe you're going to have to run somebody else at, who can move without the ball and then gets the ball and then has good court vision. I don't think we've ever had a distributor on the team like this. Is this the Scottie Pippen to Jordan?
I don't know, man. They're both. I just see, because you're talking about Luka, right?
Yes, sir. Because Scottie was a point forward.
That's true, but Luka and LeBron are both ball dominant dudes. And then
wait. Is LeBron at this stage though? Didn't we talk on the radio show how Austin Reeves gets shine, and then AD did get about 17, 18 shots.
True, but once they start losing games and when they start when that point difference starts to expand, you start to see LeBron okay, I got to go in takeover mode and everything, It's just another thing too, like I mentioned earlier, Luka's defensive game is just sorry to me. We
all know that.
Literally,
it's them European boys.
Exactly. I get it. You can get the ball in the hoop, but can you stop the other team from getting the ball in the hoop, So
okay. His weight has ballooned up to 260 pounds this season. So we're looking at a Zion Williamson. Mm-hmm. And he's just taller than Zion, because I believe he's 6'9", and Zion's 6'6", 6'7". I don't think he's 6'9". So that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I got Zion on my fantasy league, and I wish I wouldn't have drafted him, but I got him. Mm-hmm. But they brought him back, and then they're trying to make sure we don't give him on the back-to-backs. Let's wait for his conditioning to come back. We'll monitor his minutes. And again, maybe Dallas was just trying to do that to protect Luka, and Luka was like, no, we're not doing that. When I'm back, baby. And if I'm not going to be back, he tripped. Speaking of tripping, Jamal, we talked about getting rid of a coach.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox either did or did not have a part in them getting rid of the old head coach who used to coach LeBron, Mike Brown, up in Sacramento. But then now he's going to go. Maybe the organization realized maybe he got rid of the coach. And then he said, well, hey, if I got this kind of power, I'm going to push it a little further. And then they said, nah, we good. So now you got to go. Him going to Wembanyama's team, and then Zach LaVine coming over to Sacramento. How's that hit you?
It was when I saw the news, it kind of hit me like one of those. How do I explain it? Like, I don't really know who won the trade. I just know the Bulls got scraps, if I'm being honest. The Bulls still got some good players, but in my opinion, the Bulls really just received some scraps in that multi-team trade. To see LaVine team up with DeRozan again, it's going to be interesting. But in all honesty, I don't think that's still going to get him over the hump to get through teams like the Nuggets and OKC. But and then I'm happy to see De'Aaron Fox come back to the state that he's from. He's from Houston, for those that don't know. But yeah, he's a Houston boy. But it's gonna be, I don't know. Some of these trades, I'm like, what are y'all thinking, man? Like, what? Like, are y'all actually trying to be a contender and everything? Because I just looked at the standings earlier. The Spurs still have a bad record, and they'll be lucky if they can get in that playing game. But I don't know, man. It's sorry if I don't know if I answered your question at all. I just
no. So Chris Paul is still on that team. Yes. Chris Paul is about 9.8 points, about 8.3 assists.
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna do with De'Aaron? I mean, how much more are we getting? Is this when Chris Paul is not on the court, we are suddenly dynamic, but when he's on, we got the old Utah Jazz, Stockton Malone pick and roll. So we throw two different things at you every game. We got Speedy Gonzalez and we got old man ball.
Mm-hmm.
Is that possible?
Because one of them's going to have to come off the bench. I think they could be looking at, okay, we can move CP3 to second team, have him run the offense, kind of what the Lakers did when they had Russ come off the bench. But I don't know. It's a little weird because they still kept one of those shot chucking guards. I forgot his last name, or I forgot his name, but
yeah,
I feel like people are really calling this a like blockbuster trade, but this was one of those like, here, y'all can have him and just give us him type deal.
Yes. Yeah. So they too, Kings organization, not that they got one. Maybe they just thought he was a cancer in their culture. And they just had, we good, Darren. We good. It's not sort of like what you said about LaVine, but man, we ain't gonna win the West anyway. So maybe we just rebuild it all, start new. We got a superstar in LaVine, won the dunk contest, a good veteran. Everyone's to say good things about him. So we'll work with that and call it a day. I mean, they are the Kings.
Mm-hmm. They are. I just wish
even they don't. Yo, you ever been to Sacramento, Jamal?
I actually have. I ran a track meet there my very last year of my senior year. I ran a track meet there, and actually, and I ran at Sacramento State too for regionals one year.
What's your impression?
When I landed, I was impressed. When I drove around, not so much.
Yo, that's a capital city, yo. The capital of one of the richest states. Boring. Sorry, Sacramento. I guess I lost a bunch of subscribers out there, but player. Don't nobody want to be in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Yo, I used to live in California. And when I had to go up there for business, man, I ain't stay in Sacramento. I stayed in Reno. I stayed in Lake Tahoe and I drove. I had never stayed in Sacramento. Sometimes I'd even stay in San Francisco. and drive in for the meetings in Sacramento and drive right back out. Nah, I'm good. No.
I've been to San Diego, and obviously I've been LAX. I landed in LAX, flew out somewhere else again. I quite can't remember, but I wanted to bring this point up, right? For the NBA organizations out there, I think some of these front office need to realize that the top teams in the NBA right now aren't super teams. They all built their rosters from draft picks and maybe bringing in like one veteran dude. You know, you look at OKC. All those dudes got drafted there except for SGA and Alex Caruso, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah. And then, Hartenstein is flippy-floppy all the time. Just comes and goes. But you look at teams like Boston, right? Everybody built up except for Drew Holiday and
Kristaps.
Thank you, Porzingis. And then even you look at
Horford was traffic.
And Horford too. And then even Houston, they brought in Fred VanVleet and what everybody else drafted. I don't know. I think it's I'm glad we're kind of getting out of the era of the super team is dead. Getting out of the era of the super team. So it does make me happy. But I just want these coaches out here to realize that it's not always going to work when you stack multiple superstars together. Actually developed a draft some people.
Before we end, Jamal, I want to go over a couple stats here and see if I sway you one way or the other, because you said Dallas won on the trade.
I sure did.
According to Fantasy Basketball, I'm going off of Yahoo. So far with their season averages, Luka's the better player. And then when you go to the remaining games, the projected, it switches to Anthony Davis for the remainder of the year. That's per Yahoo Fantasy Basketball when you're doing the research assistant and you're comparing players. So let me go back to what has happened so far and just drop a couple little nuggets to you because I'm just kind of curious on your thoughts here. So on the season average, obviously AD doesn't shoot the three-pointer, so we're not even going to mention that.
Yeah.
There's about a 2.5 point difference of what Luka scores in comparison to AD on the year. That's a wash. Agreed?
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, free throw percentage. Who has the higher free throw percentage?
I'm going to go with AD just because.
It is AD. 788 to Luka 767.
Yeah. You said 788 to 767?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So well done, sir. How about who has the best field goal percentage?
That's still going to be AD.
Okay. Not even close. Just wanted to see there. All right. Assists. We know that's going to Luka because of triple doubles. Not even gonna. It's about double. Steals though. What's your take? Who's got the higher average season average on steals?
Because I don't think Luka plays defense, I want to go with AD, but looking at your facial expression, I bet you it's Luka.
I don't have a poker face. Well done, sir. It is Luka at 2.0. AD at 1.3. Blocks, we already know AD is the eraser, and they need him that. And then we know turnovers will be Luka because of how much he handles the ball. Yeah. Now, for the projected, and I won't go through it all, but for the remaining games, the projection, I told you it shifts. So they believe that only things that will change is that the steals will stay the same. The rebounds will stay with AD. The points will be Luka. The free throw percentage, they think it's just going to be a wider gap that AD will increase. He'll go up to 80%. And Luka will take a dip of 0.002. The blocks, no change there. And then the turnovers, no change there. But the shift is towards AD. I wonder if other people have changed their opinion. Have I changed yours?
Not one bit. I'm still
I
gonna.
can tell.
I can tell. I just think when you look at the roles that they're gonna have to play, I just think Dallas has a way better shot than LA at this point, man.
You do know you can rest LeBron more, right? Because it's Luka's team, and now we got a healthy, spry LeBron.
Is it Luka's team though? I still think this is still LeBron's team.
Well. Yes, I believe it's LeBron's team. I apologize. Mm-hmm. When Luka's on the floor, it's Luka's team. That's actually what I meant. So LeBron could take some extended breaks. Like get away with maybe have a game where he only plays 25 minutes.
That is true, but from a video I saw a while ago, I think Bleacher Report posted it, but it was LeBron and he was like, "Man, I freaking hate low management, man. Just keep me on the court, man." And so I wonder if I don't know if he's going to be battling with the coaches about his playing time now with Luka being there, but I don't know, man. Just I look at the whole roster. I look at the roster as a whole, right? You have LeBron really he can play the 1 through the 4, but at this stage of his career, he can really play the 1 to the 3, in all honesty, if he really wanted to. It can be argued, but LeBron right now really is what every point guard is doing in the league, you know? So, and I think when you bring a guy like Luka over, it's, like I said before, it's just another ball-dominant guy, a guy that likes to dribble, a guy that likes to create his own shot, a guy that would take literally 10 seconds to put that ball in the hoop, you know?
Let me ask you one last question about what you just asked, about what you just mentioned. Wasn't that what everyone was saying about him and Kyrie? And it worked. They got to the finals. So who changed? Did Kyrie change? Did Luka change? How did that work?
I think that be completely honest, that finals run, obviously, you know, Luka was doing what he was doing. Luka was proven the best player on that team, but they would not have gone on that finals run if it wasn't for the bigs they had, the bigs on that team as well. Because I remember hearing Travis talk about it too. Like, he likes the way that Gafford is stepping up, especially Derek Lively, and everything. But I don't know, man. Now that we get to see, I'm telling you, now that we have AD at the 4, he's no longer going to be Anthony Day Davis. He's just going to be Anthony Davis at this point. And I'm excited to see what Dallas can do. And yeah.
So is this Kyrie's team now, or is it Anthony Davis's team?
I think in order for Dallas to have successful, them players need to realize that it's Jason Kidd's team, and they all just need to play their role. That's really all they need to. If everybody just plays their role, I'm gonna say this, okay? Obviously, the leading point scorer on the team, it could be AD, it could be Kyrie. But if everyone literally just does their job, they can really be a really successful team. Like, look at I can't believe I'm saying this, but look at the Kings, right? Everyone over there does their role, and I know there's some games they lose, but 2 years ago, everybody was playing their role. Fox was facilitating. Monk was getting the ball in the hoop. Keegan Murray getting the ball in the hoop, sometimes going in the corner, spot up 3. Sabonis, just a beast in the paint. Like, if everyone can just do their role and just listen to what your coaches have to say and don't let them egos get to you, they can all be champions, man. That's really all it takes. But that's not the era of basketball we live in anymore. Anymore.
Yeah. Nobody wants to play the role, and everyone wants that Sports Center highlight, that TikTok reel. Oh, everyone that jaw dropping play. Mm-hmm. Jamal, I was shocked. I still am shocked and I just can't wait for the All-Star break to be over so we can see them together. As of today, that there's an injury status still on AD, injury status still on Kyrie. I think you muscle through this week, take the All-Star break, get a bunch of practices under you, don't rush it.
Yeah.
And then we're not going to see this until the opposite, the other end of the All-Star break. What do you think?
Too. Yeah, I agree. I think AD, they need to find a replacement for AD in the All-Star break. Did Luka make the All-Star? I don't think he did, right? He's only played 22 games.
I don't. Yeah, he might not have been eligible.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm
not sure.
So.
Hey, thanks for jumping in with us today, everybody. Jamal January from Austin, Texas. Hey, what's some socials? How can some people follow you, Jamal? There's some people that are interested now.
Follow me on Instagram at Jamology _. Literally Jamology. So JMALOGY, like it's a subject, Jamology, and then _. It's the study of Jamal, literally.
I love it. Yo, yeah. Thanks again, Jamal. Have a good night.
Thank you so much. Stay blessed.